windy. Windy as hell. Pick a spot. They're doing construction again. I made a video last week, and I realized I shared it and everything. Shared it on my places of sharing, and none of the audio recorded. None of the audio recorded at all, and still, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't working for me, and it worked it on other people's ends. But yeah, very unfortunate because I was talking, finally talking about stuff outside of just me, instead of using myself as a tool. I used other things, like just things that are true and shit like that. And it's funny, I've had to repeat videos before because the recordings didn't record. I can't fucking see. Let's not die. Wow, that is very wet grass. And yes, I do happen to be on my bike right now. Yep. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna repeat a video that I had made. I made it because I was thinking about how we compare ourselves to ourselves all the time. These chains need to be fucking tightened. These chained. Wow. The lake looks amazing. I hope this chair ain't fucking soaked. Wow. Looks amazing out here. Yeah, that's that. They got all these Adirondack chairs out here. I used to build a bunch of Adirondack chairs. This one's soaked. Wow, 3 minutes of this. Amazing. But yeah, we compare ourselves to different stages of our lives, different stages of development, like childhood. Our childhood, we didn't give a shit about anyone or anything or how they perceived us in any certain way, or if they liked us or hated us. Maybe a little bit. Maybe we internalized some things, but did we ever think about it? No. Fuck no. You can be very envious of that. Like, oh, I wish I was just like I was when I was a kid. Things were just so much easier back then. Like, why can't I do that now? And things like that. But you think about this stuff. There goes my bike. It's I'm very taller than my bike, so it's hard to lead it around when I'm walking, despite having long ass arms. Anyway, you compare yourself to yourself in ways like that when you wish to be someone that you are. You already are that person that you once were. You are you. You are you. You are already that piece of you that you thought you lost when you were a kid. You are that. There's no separation, okay? You are still the same person. You know, you might act differently to things and react in a certain way, you know, to your environment. You know, you're in a different environment from when you were a kid, right? And it's okay to wish for that, but you gotta remember, you know, you're you. You know, that part is inside of you. It's inside of you and you have it. You know, you just don't realize it. And it's holding on to this idea that you were something more back then, and now you're something less. Okay? And, you know, doing that it's not helpful. It's not helpful at all. It gets in the way of what really is. You start getting caught up in these thoughts, and you forget what really is. You know, you don't really live life fully, express yourself fully, because you're so worried about these things going on inside your head that aren't even actually happening. You know? And it's also, it can come down to like, oh, I'm running out of time. You know, comparing yourself. I'm running out of time. I need to do this and do that, you know, future wise instead of past wise. I'm like, oh, I'm running out of time. You know, what am I gonna do? I gotta hurry up. I don't got much time left. Meanwhile, you're like 20 fucking years old. You don't even have, you haven't even lived half your life yet. Not even half of it. It's amazing. Even in your 30s, you're not even halfway through your whole lifespan. And yet, we think, oh, we need to hurry. We need to rush things. We need to hurry up. Do things that we want to do. When it's that belief. Oh, Christ. I'm fucking nuts. Ow. Ah, total darkness. Amen. Amen. But it's that thought right there that's limiting you. It's a limited belief. You know? Okay, so letting go of those things, comparing yourself to yourself is it does nothing but struggle. Get you stuck. You're stuck fantasizing over something that isn't real. Because you you think it's not a part of you. But it is you. You are capable of these things. But it's believing in this idea of lack. That you aren't these things. It's so silly once you realize it. But you know, when you can't see it, you're just so caught up in it. And you know, back to, you know, on the same subject, comparing yourself to your future self. Saying like, I remember trick-or-treating out here once. Anyway, comparing yourself to your future self, like, oh, I need to be better, right? Like I've just been saying. How's this wind? How's this wind picking up? I might turn around. Excuse me. I just excused myself for burping. How dare I? How out of character. But doing that, there's also this point where you realize, you know, I have a while ago, but I kind of forgot about it, you know, just heard some weird ass animal grunting. Like, what the fuck? You maybe, eventually, maybe not, maybe way later in your life, but whatever time, it doesn't matter what time, but eventually you realize you have all the time in the world. And that doesn't help your issue at all, right? It just stacks onto it, like, oh, I feel like I'm running out of time, but you really do have all the time in the world. There's no reason to be rushing. There's no reason to try to force a life that isn't actually happening right now. You like, I'll use myself as an example. I've realized I've lived this life many times. I've repeated this, this building myself up, trying to get out of generational trauma. I've lived this experience multiple times in different lives. And, we are all one, consciousness, one life, one source. But the reason why, I realize this is, I don't know, it's like things like biology and genes and stuff like that that's passed down. That scared the fuck out of me. That make you realize, oh yeah, I've lived this multiple times. That's what connects it and carries it on. Through through genetics, through your soul, the energy you pass on. And then even that, you realize you have so much time. Within that realization, you have so much time. There's no need to worry about all these things. Like if you can't figure it out this life, you'll figure it out in the next. Like if you've come this far, think about it this way: you've come this far, and you keep trying. Yet you think you've made no progress. Oh, you think you've made no progress. You've made so much progress. Even if you don't figure it out in this life, and don't forget, put down all the illusions and don't, let go of all the limited beliefs and concepts that you hold on to so hard. You hold on to these for survival. And that's what it is. It's survival. You're doing this for survival because it's all you've known. It's all you've known. It's all you've been led to know. Even if you don't figure that out and let it go, you've still made it so far in this life. You fail over and over again, but you keep going. That's so much. That's so much. You've done so much. I'd say you're living a successful life. Even if you don't want to believe it or have the ability to, you've done it. And there's nothing else to it. There's nothing else to this life, really, than just being what you already are. And forget all this bullshit that's been placed on you. Be you. Live for yourself. Not these standards or these things that people have told you to live for. Live for yourself. Okay? Be you. And it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does being you mean? It's living without limitations, living freely to express yourself the way that you want to, and without any weight upon your shoulder. And not give a shit about what you're doing right now. If you're not making progress, or if you dwell on the past, dwell on the future, it's like, those are just two examples that I have found, at least, you know? And, yeah, you have so much time to figure it out. There's no need to rush it. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I don't know. This is definitely not exactly how my last video went. I think this one was way better. Maybe I should do multiple takes of my videos from now on. But yeah. Oh, that was it. I hope this message, I hope you receive it well. I hope maybe you're able to relate. Maybe you take something out of this and use it. Hope this could maybe inspire you or something, man. I hope it impacts you in a good way. All right. Peace. Love you.